Hello and welcome to our weekly news report covering the latest developments in the commercial aviation industry. In this week's report, we'll be bringing you updates from across the sector, including airline news, finance news, technology, cargo and people news, as well as airport news. From new aircraft orders to major investments, from industry partnerships to key appointments, we have it all covered. Stay tuned to hear about the latest trends and developments shaping the future of the aviation industry. So let's dive in and start with our top story for the week, with Air Lease Corporation making history by closing its inaugural Sukuk issuance, which represents the first ever offering of its kind into the Middle East market from a North American corporate. It's also the largest Sukuk from a US-based borrower in history. The transaction, which settled on March the 15th, 2023, consisted of $600 million, 5.85% trust certificates due April the 1st, 2028, paid semi-annually pursuant to Rule 144A and Regulation S. The notes have been rated BBB by both S&P and Fitch with a stable outlook and listed on the London Stock Exchange. According to Gregory B. Willis, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer at Air Lease Corporation, this inaugural Sukuk offering is a testament to ALC's strong credit profile and further evidence of our commitment to a well-diversified global funding program. We are grateful to our banking partners for their commitment and support in structuring and executing this landmark transaction. Bank ABC, DIB, El Rayan, Citi, Deutsche Bank, Emirates NBD, JP Morgan, KFH Capital and Warburg Bank served as joint lead managers. Allen & Overy and Clifford Chance provided legal guidance. Daniel Vervold, Senior Vice President and Treasurer at Air Lease Corporation, said, "We are proud to highlight the strong liquidity in this region and the support for the other investment-grade borrowers to raise funds at cost-efficient rates. This transaction complements our strong airline relationships in the Middle East, and we look forward to further developing our funding presence in this region." ALC intends to use the net proceeds of the offering for general corporate purposes, which may include the purchase of commercial aircraft and the repayment of existing indebtedness. This inaugural Sukuk offering showcases the strong liquidity in the region and highlights the opportunity for other investment-grade borrowers to raise funds at cost-efficient rates. You can read more on this story and others by visiting our website or subscribing to our daily newsletter. On to airline news now, and Russia's government has set aside $3.9 billion to purchase foreign-leased aircraft for Russian airlines, according to TASS. Vitaly Savalayev, the Minister of Transport, said the government has already allocated about 300 billion rubles for the purchase of planes from foreign lessors. The funds have been used by Aeroflot to purchase 10 long-haul aircraft. The government has also allocated $3.08 billion US for Russian carriers to take delivery of new domestically produced aircraft. The money will be infused into two government-owned leasing companies, GTLK and Aviation Capital Services, and will come from the National Wealth Fund. Etihad Airways has broadened its network reach by launching reciprocal interline partnerships with 3 new airline partners, Philippine Airlines, Austrian Airlines and Airlink South Africa, while relaunching interline links with Biman Bangladesh and code shares with Air Seychelles and ITA Airways. Saudia Group has announced 25 new international destinations. Saudia and Flyer Deal together will add 25 new international destinations in 2023 on the Saudia Group network. The major destinations include Beijing, Birmingham, Dar es Salaam, Chittagong, Johannesburg, Baghdad, Gatwick, Nice, Lisbon, Malaga, Baku, Tbilisi, Sarajevo, Rhodes and many more. Rwanda Air recently took delivery of its third Airbus A330-300 aircraft. The addition of the new aircraft has increased the airline's fleet to 13 aircraft, including 3 long-haul, 1 freighter and 9 short-haul aircraft. Yvonne Makolo, Rwanda Air CEO, said, "We are excited to be expanding our fleet further with the addition of our third long-haul aircraft. The addition will allow us to continue our route expansion and offer customers even more connections." Egypt Air is all set to launch direct flights between Cairo International Airport and Sao Paulo Guarulhos International Airport starting September the 4th, 2024. The new service will be operated on a weekly basis every Monday for a year. The flights will be charters and operated by Master Flights as per its agreement with Egypt Air. And in more news from Egyptair, Royal Air Maroc and Egyptair have scaled up their capacity for the upcoming Hajj season. Royal Air Maroc, the flag carrier of Morocco, has ramped up its capacity from Moroccan cities to Jeddah and Medina. The airline will offer a total of 61,000 seats on 100 flights from several Moroccan cities to Jeddah and Medina. RAM said that the additional flights will be operated by the carrier's fleet and 2 other aircraft with an average capacity of 350 seats. The airline is also set to schedule 28,000 seats on its aircraft and another plane with a capacity of 436 seats for its Ramadan Umrah operation, which will run from March the 18th to May the 4th. On to leasing news now, and Avia Solutions Group-owned lessor Avion Express said it has signed a contract with the Latvian national airline Air Baltic to wet lease 4 Airbus A320 aircraft for 2023 summer season. 2 of the aircraft will operate from Riga between March the 26th and October the 28th, while one will be in Vilnius and the other in Tallinn from May the 1st to October the 28th. We look forward to working closely with Air Baltic and contributing to their operations for the peak summer season. One of our strengths is the diversified ACMI fleet that allows us to meet the evolving needs of our clients, said the head of commercial at Avion Express. Nordic Aviation Capital, NAC, has announced a lease agreement with Philippines-based carrier Air Swift for a new ATR 72-600. Dublin-headquartered NAC said the aircraft was part of its order book with ATR. Air Swift operates daily return flights from Manila to El Nido and other destinations across the 7,000-island Philippine archipelago. And Stratos Aviation Management has signed a deal with Transavia France, a subsidiary of Air France-KLM, to deliver a Boeing 737-800 as part of the carrier's domestic fleet expansion. The aircraft is on a long-term operating lease and was redelivered from TUI after various post-delivery modifications, including some Transavia-specific customization. Stratos' marketing director said the partnership marks the beginning of a successful relationship with Transavia. In the past year, Stratos remarketed 20 aircraft to 11 airlines and investors and sourced a further 8 aircraft, contributing to its average ranking and stable outlook from Standard & Poor's Global Ratings. Moving on to technology news now, and Zero Avia are to explore hydrogen fuel production possibilities in Scandinavia. UK-based Zero Avia have signed a memorandum of understanding with energy company Fortum to explore developing hydrogen production and refuelling infrastructure at airports in Scandinavia. The companies will investigate the potential development of the on-the-ground hydrogen infrastructure at relevant airports with the aim of removing emissions from both flights and the wider airport ecosystem, according to Zero Avia, who also cautioned that any future decisions on possible investments will be made at a later stage. AAR has acquired aircraft maintenance and fleet management software business Trax USA. In cargo news, Bluebird Nordic has added a 5th Boeing 737-800 freighter aircraft in what Chief Executive Audrone K. Knight described as a further strengthening of the Icelandic company's fleet. The company, which is part of Avia Solutions Group, said in mid-March it aimed to expand in Central Europe. It acquired its 4th Boeing freighter in October 2022. And WestJet Cargo have been given the go-ahead by regulator Transport Canada for 4 737-800 Boeing converted freighters. The approval means the carrier can, in partnership with GTA, expeditiously implement 3 freighters into service as dedicated aircraft that will fulfill the large-scale need of businesses, freight forwarders, shippers and individual customers across North America. The 4th Boeing will be converted by late 2022, WestJet said, and in the meantime the other 3 will be flown to serve Calgary, Halifax, Toronto, Vancouver, Los Angeles and Miami. Moving into finance news, and JetBlue sticks to its March 27th payment date for Spirit stockholders. In an official statement released on March the 17th, JetBlue confirmed that the payment date for Spirit stockholders remains March 27th. As part of the proposed merger or acquisition of Spirit Airlines, the company will prepay 10 cents per Spirit share to stockholders in March 2023. Payment of the additional prepayment will be made 4 days after the record date. However, the US government opposes the deal due to concerns that it would negatively impact competition and increase airfares. The Department of Justice has taken legal action to block the deal, but JetBlue and Spirit Airlines have reiterated their commitment to moving forward with their plans. Both airlines believe that the merger will actually promote competition and lead to lower fares in the industry. Virgin Australia plans to delay its initial public offering and relisting on the Australian share market for 6 months due to market conditions. The airline is seeking a $3 billion plus valuation on listing and has engaged banks to provide debt funding in the near term and help come up with a long-term capital structure for the airline. Virgin Australia has a 30.8% share of the Australian domestic airline market, while Qantas has a 38.6% share and Jetstar Airways has a 21.3% market share. And finally, in finance, Atlas Air Worldwide has been acquired by an investor group led by funds managed by Apollo, JF Lehman & Company and Hill City Capital. The deal will see Atlas continue to operate under its name and leadership team. The investor group acquired all outstanding shares of Atlas Air Worldwide stock, with shareholders entitled to receive $102.50 in cash for each share of Atlas Air Worldwide common stock owned. Morgan Stanley served as an exclusive financial advisor to Atlas, while Evercore acted as the lead financial advisor to the investor group. And in people news, Azora has named American Airlines VP to the board. Florida-based lessor Azora has appointed American Airlines' treasurer and vice president Megan Montana to its board of directors. And finally, on to airport news, where India plans to spend $12 billion over the next 2 years to expand its airport infrastructure and meet the resurgent travel demand. The plan includes boosting the number of airports to 220 by 2025 from the current 148. Private players are expected to invest around $9 billion, while the remaining $3 billion will come from the state-run Airports Authority of India. The investment will cover greenfield projects, new terminals, and the renovation of existing facilities. India aims to double its airport strength to 450 by 2023 to meet the demand of the over 1,400 aircraft on order. Major airport developments are set to come up in Navi Mumbai, New Delhi, Karnataka, Gujarat, and Andhra Pradesh. And that's all from the news this week. Thank you for tuning in to our weekly news report on the commercial aviation industry. We hope you found the update on airlines, finance, technology, cargo, people and airports informative and engaging. Remember to stay up with the latest news in the aviation industry by signing up to our newsletter, subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any future updates. Thank you for listening and I'll see you next week.